Shut up and sit down.
Greetings, fellow Earth travelers. Oblyx here, coming at you today from Project Ozone Lite. How y'all doing today? So, let's get armored up, get back into our regular view, and take a look. Boy, I do love these towers. Awesome, awesome, awesome. We are over here in the first tower of power. Oh, we just see the generator kicked on, or the reactor, I should say, feeding us go-go juice. We are using it pretty quickly. We got some things going on. Yeah, we got some stuff happening. So, today, well, it's been a few days since I've made a video. Let's be fair. Yeah, real life work and all does kind of get in the way sometimes. So, yeah. But Oblyx ain't been sitting around on his laurels doing nothing now. He been working. He been working. Yeah. There's a few things missing out here. A little bit of free and clear space, if you will. This whole platform is gone, and all the goodies and bits and bobs that was on it. The mob spawner and the loot bag opener and all those bits and bobs, they gone too. All we got left is our nether portal, our dislocator to get back to the world spawn. And the reason I left this platform right here is because this block is where you come back from world spawn. When you dislocate from world spawn back to here, this is where you come back. So technically we can rip out this nether portal, because I did do a little something over in the cow farm. If we go to the cow farm, and here we are. Dun dun dun. I added a teleport pad here as well, so we don't even need another portal. We can just go right on back to whatever dome we want to go back on to. Alright, so all those resources that we moved off our spawn platforms wound up in here in the red dome. So this is all temporary. Oh, let's do our shut up jetpack thing. There we go. You see I have expanded our Ender IO storage a little bit till we can get into Applied Energistics. Did move all our machines over here. The Obsidian farm, the Lava farm, Cobble farm, and all those different drawers. You know, those from the platform where we have the trees and the petals and powders that we were making with Botania, and then of course all the mob drops from the mob farm, and then all the loot we opened from the loot bags all got moved in here. And this is of course all temporary. So today what I want to work on is out here in one of the towers. The power tower is right over there. What I want to work on today is, well, that and that and that. Yeah, I want to work on a mob farm. And as you can see, I've been in here. Oh, missing block must have been an Enderman. I've been in here kind of yeah, doing some pre-work. Apparently it's working quite well. Designing our mob farm. So I use this as our template, and what we're gonna do is apparently have a whole bunch of mobs die right in our face. I haven't even built this thing yet. It's already producing like crazy. That's awesome. I think it's gonna be efficient. So anyway, I came in one block. So here's the middle right there. I came out one block and then ran these dirt pillars out, just to kind of get a gauge on size and distance and you know, where the drop, I want to use a drop method, so I got to figure out where the drop tube could be. And what I came out with is this. This is going to be our drop tube right here. So these are going to be dirt platforms all the way over. This is going to be a dirt platform. That's going to be a dirt platform, and that's going to be a dirt platform. And then we're just going to have this little hole right here. And we're going to leave these, we're just going to wall these off. We're not going to use these little corners here. Now the only catch is that little nubbin right there, because it lines up with that orange block, or this piece of glass right there. See how it lines up? Wow, just raining the mobs down. Ain't even built you yet. Y'all just anxious to die. Anyway, so we can't have mobs fall right here because they'll land on that piece of glass. And I do want to have some glass around here, you know, around the farm itself. So let's just go down here and see what we got, because my goodness. Holy jeepers creepers. Look at the death and destruction. That is insane. Well, if we want goodies, I think this is going to work. So yeah, I did start building out some platforms just to kind of gauge, you know, what would and wouldn't work. Right. I'm going to go with this is going to be effective. I do not think we even need to do a resturb. I put the platforms down as dirt thinking we might do a resturb, but or not resturb, what is it, cursed earth. But yeah, I'm going to go with that's probably not necessary. Yep. Think we're good. So, you will see I've pre-built this top platform. I love the stars. There's a reason this guy is grass. And the top is glass. Because this counts as daylight on the grass and will spawn passive mobs. As you can see, we got a few cows down there. And dadgum Enderman stealing my dadgum blocks. That's irritating. Little thieves. Stop stealing. So we should get passive mobs spawning here as well. So that's going to give us, you know, all the passive mob drops. Yeah, it looks like these cows have all been injured. So they landed on these blocks on the way down. But once we put fans on this level, they're not going to last long. You see I've got 2 levels with fans that are all the way built out. So this top level up here. Now, the way these work to get past this little nubbin, these guys are blowing max distances. Absolute far as they can go. You can only put 10 of these distance modifiers in here. So I've got that in there, and it blows you all the way to the edge. So it actually blows to right there. Then these guys, I also have the width modifiers in here. And you can have 3, and we've got 3, so that gives us 1, 2, 3 blocks on each side. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So this block is getting a little overlap from both fans. But it is letting them blow all the way to this edge right here. And you see how I did a little jig jog there? It's because this fan is actually blowing out to here as well. Then this fan is blowing all the way to there. It's blowing 1 block further, so I can't actually fly into this space because that fan is blowing my face. And that knocks mobs off the little jig jog block right there. And then of course these guys are blowing to the edge here, and these guys are blowing to the edge here, which caught by there. So if I were in, say, a baddie and I spawn in this block right here, see how it makes us do an L? It brings us over and then blows us down, and we land right here and fall all the way down. So each floor is doing the exact same thing. Just wash, rinse, and repeat. So what I need to do is get the fan set up on all the remaining floors. So we got 1, 2, 3 more floors to go. And we'll build more as necessary. I mean, we have this entire tower we can work with, right? We can go all the way down to the platform, and then we can go below the platform if we want to. I don't think we'll need quite that much, but we can if we so choose. So let me show you how we're going to do this. First thing I want to do is get some glass, specifically this dark clear glass. Notice it says blocks light. That be important. Now you make this in an alloy smelter. It's a whole bunch of ink sacs with a piece of sand. So I think it's 4 ink sacs and a piece of sand. So we put those on the windows, and you see now it's blocked all that light. And I never did put the dirt there. Let's do that real quick. It's not really necessary, but just to keep things consistent. Would y'all get out of the way? Seriously, move. Alright. So we're just going to pop this dark glass right in front of the other glass, and that's going to keep the light from coming in here. Make this a very dark place so we'll get more spawns. Not like we're having a problem with spawns as it is, but, you know, hey. Get out of the way, dude. Homeboy. Seriously. Move. 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 Thank you. Get this in place. Be quiet, phone. Start recording. Everybody in the world wants to start talking to me. Nobody wants to talk to me any other time until I record. So we're going to need 8 fans. And I want to place them right there. Except for not facing up. Get down like you're supposed to. There you go. So we're going to go there and there. Now you are going to get some light bleed through from the roof up there, but that's okay. You can see we're not having a problem with mob spawns, so not too stressed about it. Now one thing I can do is, remember, I've got these night vision goggles. So now I've just got them bound to the number pad 5, so I can hit 5 and they'll turn on. So we'll do that, and we can see in here as we work. There we go. All right, now these, remember, we need max width upgrades. Oops, let's get into our tablet here. Max width upgrades. We're going to want this for all of the 8 fans. So we're going to want like 24 of these. Is that right? Yeah. And then for these two, we want max distance. So we want 20. There we go. So pop those in. Pop those in. Imagine how hard this would be to build without my charm on. Oh my goodness. Pop you in, pop you in. And I believe we want 3? Is it? For these side ones? Yeah, 3. And everywhere's 2 except for this one with the nubbin. He needs 3 on our distance. Yeah, see, the distance is 2. But the one with the nubbin needs a third. So let's come down here and make our distance. That's 16, so we need 17 total. And that was wrong. There. So you get 3. But everybody else gets 2. Except those that get 10. So I obviously made too many of these, not thinking. But hey, that's okay. We'll use them on the next floor. No big deal. Pop these bad boys in. Pop those in. Pop those in. Those and those. Now we need to get levers on all these fans. So, got 5. There's an extra one. Now what I do is I just pop them in behind the fan like that. And there you go. If you're flying high enough, it doesn't catch you. But I tell you, once you turn these on, it's real hard to maneuver around in here. But it will get rid of all the mobbies. See, they're all being blown into this little center section. Get off there. Get off there. Get. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Empty floor. Yeah, let's say some of them will blow down to the next level, but once we get the fans on those levels, it won't be an issue. So now, what we need to do is fill in the gaps, because right now mobs can spawn right there, and they'll just sit here and never get blown out. But as soon as they get to that block, they're done for. So we just kind of want to fill in a lot of those gaps. Don't need those. Oblyx, what are you doing? Need those. And just some regular glass. So what I'm going to do is fill in underneath right there. So we're going to block in under the glass, so baby zombies and spiders don't spawn in there. And we're going to block in that space there. Now, just to keep the aesthetic, so when you're looking in from the outside, all you see is the glass ring, because we have the cyan glass and then we have the dark glass. Now we're just going to put a layer of clear glass. And then I'm just going to fill this up, like so. Now that gets rid of all the additional spawning space. We don't have to worry about anything spawning in that gap because there's a lever in there. And anything that does spawn, even in this farthest corner, is going to get blown right into our hole, even across the nubbin. So we're okay. So I've just got to wash, rinse, and repeat this many, many more times, making lots more fans and walls and things of that nature on all the remaining floors. And then we'll go down there and work on a collection, item collector. So let me get this going and I'll bring you back in a little bit. Alright, I'm placing in the last few blocks, which will finish up the floors that we've already created. So there we go. And if you just use your wand, bap against the back wall, you bap it twice and you're good to go. There we go. Floor's done. So every floor now has fans with proper upgrades all the way through. So if we come down here, oh, we're already getting the mob giblets. Yeah, we should start to see mobbies falling pretty quick. And splatting to their death. Hi guys, how y'all doing? Yeah, I just love watching mobs rain to their death. Ah, yes, those guys. These obnoxious little twits right there. That's why we want to glass this in so they can't see us. And they'll just drop to their death. We will put the spikes or grinders or something to that effect down there. To help get rid of them. Because they won't hurt themselves on the way down. Go on and die, fool. I hate the blindness. But I think what I'm going to go ahead and do, I don't really need this template anymore. We'll go ahead and vein mine that out. So they should just rain to their death at this point, minus these guys. So we will have to come up with something for them. Nice try. Look at all the loot. Oi. Yeah, I don't think having that open to sky, having that sky access there is really causing us any issues. I'm going to go with we're okay. Yep. Pretty sure we're okay. Oi. These guys are actually going to make this a pain in the butt to build. I may just go stop that up for the time being. Because we got to build a storage system down here, and I just don't want to deal with raining mobs and getting blinded every 2 seconds. So yeah, I think we're going to just stop this up. For the time. We'll stop it up with something I can rip out real easy, like some orange glass will work. So the mobs will just land on here. And really shouldn't even die. They should just land there and chill. That'll make it nice so we can actually work down here. Without having a constantly cluttered inventory. There we go. We're definitely going to have to reset up loot bag processing. Now what I want to do is map out here on the floor where the drop hole actually is. So let's do that with, we'll just use good old faithful. And we're going to do the exact same thing we did up top, where we pull out our our blocks. It's just going to help us find it real easy. If I could line up on the door. There we go. All right. Get this in here. Get this in here. And una más. There. Now we know the drop is on this side right here. So we know we can extend this line across like so. And I think our nubbin, yeah, it should be on this side. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we come across. There's our nubbin. Hello, creeper. Forgot that'll make this area spawnable now. So there we go. There's our drop. So actually, we didn't even need to make these. We just wanted to find the location of where the drop is. So inside of this area is where we want deadly things. Now I have to decide, do I want to let them just drop and splat on the ground? Do I want them to drop in like some water and then be pushed across into some grinders with, say, looting upgrades? Put some spikes all along here? Decisions. Ooh, look at all the badness up there, man. That's a bad place up there. So, I think we don't need to account for the nubbin down here. I do kind of like the idea of having them fall and maybe hit some, like a water break. Like if I put a water break like at this level right here, of course that may make the Enderman teleport. We don't want that. So yeah, I guess the best thing is just to spike. We won't get the looting effect. But we will get player only kills. So if we do diamond spikes. Yeah, if we do these guys, we do get the player only kills. We've got a few of these from our old squid farm. So if we just take these and do like so. So that'll kill them before they technically splat the ground. So we should get some additional drops. Plus that will get rid of those floaty guys that are a big pain in the butt. So I need to make 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 24 more of these guys. Okay, let me build these and I'll bring you back once I got them built. Alright, we got our 24 additional spikes. That didn't take long at all because I forgot you get 4 spikes for every 1 crafting recipe. My brain was telling me it was 1 to 1, but it's actually 1 to 4. So that helps. You dirt stealing jerk. You just need to not be there. Alright, so I think what we're going to do is just glass the whole way up. Yep, the whole way up. That's a lot of glass. We're definitely just going to use the regular old clear glass. Oy, can't get just that one. This is not going to be enough glass. Pretty certain on that. Ow. Don't hurt. Be nice. Enderman, I'm working here. Get out of the way. There we go. Now we're just going to use our greater wand of wandiness. And bring this bad boy up. About 1 billion blocks. Man, this is tough to do in such a way that you can do it quickly without making squirrely mistakes. And what we want to do is bring this over here like so. Yeah. Yeah, that'll bring that up. There we go. Awesome. Oh, and I'm picking up all the giblets of all the dead things. Now we can break this glass out and get Rhino mobs. Now, as long as those guys don't see us, you know, once we put the glass in, they won't see us anymore. Then they won't float. They'll just fall. They'll land on the spikes and die, like every other mob. And our passive mob farm's working. We saw some cactus. That's going to be an issue. Stupid spider. Alright, let's knock that out all the way to the top. Nice. Now, if I float down here, it should be nothing but a mob death show. And because I have my magnet on, we can suck things through the glass, as long as we have the inventory space. Now what I need to do is set up some item collection down here. And then, of course, some drawers. So first things first, let's turn off our magnet so I stop picking up all that mess. Phew. Now, let's get some drawers. How do I want to lay these bad boys out? Alright, we've been down a rabbit hole for storage. Let me tell you, went round and round with what to do. Look at all these mobs dropping out of here. Ain't that a beautiful sight? Death to all the mobs. So what I ultimately came up with is, well, not to process the stuff here at all. Because at the end of the day, we want to get this back to our storage room. Now you can see I have made some changes in here. I took out the diamond spikes and I laid in a floor with the nice little creeper faces there. It's because you can't place these grinders on glass. So I had to raise the floor up by 1, or I could have dropped it down by 1, but I think we have enough room to raise it by 1. Without any issue. And I took the 2 grinders from our old mob farm and created a third and popped them in there. These have the luck upgrades and the sharpness upgrades, but that's the only upgrades I've put on it. What that does is provides the looting effect. For when you gather up the mobs, you get additional resources and some resources you wouldn't normally get. Now I've got 2 absorption hoppers, one here, because the one that's over here doesn't quite reach far enough to get all the way over here, because occasionally, oops, the mobs will come flying down and go right through the water and splat on the ground there. And in that case, well, they're just, it's bad news bears. You've got items floating over here that can't be got. So these absorption hoppers with the max 6 upgrades takes care of all the business. Now, I do need to get the XP out of this one, so I'll do it the same way I did this one. And basically I just piped it right into a drum, and then pipe that drum all the way over here into our dimensional transceiver. Now, this guy is only set to send XP. He doesn't, he's getting power so he can run, but he's not sending anything else. And he's pushing the power over here into this inhibitor Oblyx, which is preventing Endermen from teleporting. Because I was coming down here and finding Endermen just wallering around down here. Because as soon as they'd hit that water, they'd try to teleport out. Now, I do think I was experimenting with flowing water and not flowing water, and it does seem like the flowing water is the way to go. So I'll probably take this water out and flip it back to flowing water. I did add a fan over here with a few upgrades, width and distance, just enough to get us down to the end of the grinders down here. So we've got witch water on this side and just regular old water on this side. You can see Endermen are the only ones that really kind of go through a little floating cycle where they'll do this number here. But after 2 or 3 of those go rounds, they end up getting got anyway, so no big deal. And we still get all their giblets. So got a chest full of giblets here. That's pushing off into this ender chest, which is heading over to our storage system, which we'll go take a look at. Now, this is not the final storage system. Once we get our ME system online, some things will change, but it'll serve us for the time being. And I did put it into the purple dome, which is going to be our storage dome. So our ME system will be in here, and all of our storage drawers will be in here. So here's what we got. So basically I took all those drawers that were over in the red dome that were related to mob drops and loot bag opening and brought them all over here and just kind of laid them out. And what's happening back in the back is we've got our ender chest from over at the mob farm. Now you won't see anything showing up right now because I'm too far away for mobs to actually spawn. So on those platforms. So if I was closer, mobs will spawn. This servo is sucking the items out. You can see here it is ignoring redstone, so it's sucking the items out. It's going to the nearest first. So if it can put it into this controller, it will. If it can't, it shoots it down this longer path to the trash can. So that gets rid of all the armor and bows and things of that nature that we just don't want in here into our storage system. Now, it is important that you lock the storage system so that you don't get anything extra. I am keeping a little bit of iron armor just because you use it in crafting, but the lapis armor and glowstone swords and all that stuff, we're chunking all that mess. So here you can kind of see what we're keeping. We are doing the loot bags. We'll rebuild the opener. I'll probably do that off camera because you guys have already seen it done. But I'll probably put it under the ground here because remember we have that bottom dome under here that gives us plenty of crafting space underneath. So we'll probably move it under there and then pipe the results back up here. So that should be pretty cool. We'll get that going between episodes here. Yeah, mostly this bottom set of drawers is what we're collecting, minus these little sides and the middle here. Obviously not the lapis or the quartz, but you know, the redstone, the iron. We do get a lot of iron out of our mob farm. The dimlets, the rotten flesh, that kind of stuff. You know, we are getting tons of this raw carbon from the wither skeletons and coal, of course. So yeah, that is our mob farm, and it's working a treat. So we are in that tower right there between the blue and the red. And seeing as you start coming over here, you can start to see the mobs just instantly start to fall. And we are getting raw beef and chicken and raw or cooked beef. I think the cooked beef is coming through when they fall through the witch water, but I'm not 100% sure on that. And what I have found is that if you use the absorption hoppers instead of the item collectors like we were using on the old mob farm, you don't get those dancing heads floating in the sky like we were getting. That seems to be tied to those item hoppers, so, or the item collectors. So let me show you here. These guys right here, the advanced item collectors. If you use these, you do tend to get the bopping heads. I did have this chest with just an item collector on it when I was building this thing, and yeah, I was getting some bopping heads up and down. So I switched over to these absorption hoppers. That problem seems to have gone away. So I will stick a drum under here and have this guy pipe his XP out and around into our dimensional transceiver and send that XP over. Now that's actually going back to, I'll show you, fly up here. Occasionally you get a little spider hanging out on the side of the glass, but another mob will land on him and knock him off. So I'm not too worried about them. Besides, when I go to the other side of the base, I go far enough away, they'll despawn anyway. So the XP is piping back into this dimensional transceiver right here. We're doing the receive, and we're pushing out to this experience obelisk. So all the experience is just going right in here. So we can use that later. Fantastic. Ooh, get a little glitch on the chest here. Interesting. Yeah, you notice all those drawers are gone. All the drawers that were along here are gone. Hauled them all over there to the purple dome. And of course these guys can't see us as long as there's glass, and they will fall all the way down. Yeah, all I've got left to do is we'll get that drum in there and get that experience piped out. I will turn that to flowing water. We'll have it flow in here into the center. But that's going to do it for our mob farm today. And I think that's going to do it for our episode today. Leave our jetpack on. But as always, I sure do appreciate you guys coming to hang out with me here up in the sky as the mobs fall past. Get a little rain of giblets coming down on us. But until next time, get out there and make some noise. See ya.